Full time, Newcastle United are back into the CARABAO Cup final for the second time in 3 years, and what should have been back to back, to be honest. Hello lads, Sandro, we'll talk about Sandro and the lads in a bit. Let me just state the obvious fact, we are back into the CARABAO Cup final. 2-0 today against Arsenal, a repeat of the 2-0 at the Emirates, so 4-0 across 2 legs. You want to make it in a more fancy way of putting it. But let me start off the reality. Arsenal across 180 minutes did not score a single goal against Newcastle United, and you've got to look at Arsenal. Got to look at them from a defensive point of view. They probably are one of the world's best defensively set up teams that across 2 legs couldn't handle Newcastle's attack. And not to mention, I know when you look at Havertz, everyone's got again, just remember, right, that Arsenal team has pumped Manchester City the weekend. They put 5 past the City team in the weekend and came into this game with loads of confidence.
Come
on, yeah, and I couldn't believe, we'll talk about how much I couldn't believe Newcastle a bit, but just remember, that was a confident Arsenal team coming into this game today. I felt like Arsenal fans, Arsenal as a club, Martinelli came out, Martinelli came out in social media yesterday. Sancho, you are right, my man. Now, Arsenal came out yesterday, Martinelli on the media said that Arsenal could score 4 goals today. They came out and said that 2-0 down does not matter. We'll come back to St James's Park, we can score 4 goals. That was the words of Martinelli yesterday, and I know he's had a bit of unfortunate luck getting injured in the game, but for Arsenal, 4 goals, you're having a laugh. They couldn't score 1. They couldn't score 1 across 2 legs. Newcastle were just that good, and I could not believe how easy we made that look. We made Arsenal look bad. You've got to remember, that is a world-class team that came to St James's Park, and Newcastle across 2 games, get in there lad, Newcastle across 2 games completely sussed them out. We knew exactly what Arsenal were going to do from minute 1. Newcastle, I'm going to be honest with myself, I seen far at the back Newcastle today, I was almost like, I get Joe Layton's injured, but is this what we should be doing? Yes, absolutely, that was the correct idea. Newcastle were always going to try and score the first goal in the game today. Massive difference between being 3-0 up and being 2-1 up, and the next goal in this match today was the key kicker. And Arsenal had a big chance. We'll talk about VAR in just a moment, but oh my God, misses a massive chance from 10 yards now. Hello mate, you good?
Up the fucking mags,
yes,
mate.
Up the mags.
Up the fucking mags, yes, Harry B, my boy. Love it.
I see you at Wembley, my man. Now, oh my God, massive chance, 10 yards out, doesn't score, immediately gets punished. 30 seconds later, the ball is in the back of the net. Ruthless, absolutely ruthless from Newcastle in that first half. And let me talk about VAR and talk about that rubbish for the first goal now. Honestly, they tried their best to make that a competitive game. They tried their best to get Arsenal into the tie, and they tried their best to make it an exciting game. That is so harsh for Isak's goal. I mean, I haven't had a chance to see it back. It looked very tight inside the ground, and even if he is slightly offside, that slight difference, it wouldn't have made a difference in that goal. Isak would have scored that regardless if he was a yard back or not. It was just a clear and cut goal, so very harsh. It was disallowed. Hello mate, you going to get here? Hello there, you right? You've going to Wembley in a few weeks? Good man, you look after yourself, right? Thank you so much mate. See you around. But yeah, he wanted to say hello there. But Newcastle 1-0 up. Murphy just about squeezed it in there, and from that point onwards, when you're 3-0 up, Newcastle had control. We had so much control in the game. We knew what we wanted to do. Newcastle knew Arsenal had to come in the game.
Wembley trip.
Yes, you are right. I cannot believe we are going back to Wembley. It hasn't quite sunk in yet. Now, the difference in mentality, right? 2 years ago against Southampton, obviously my mind was blown. We're going to Wembley. Bit of a tight second leg at Southampton, despite being 3-0 down at one point, got themselves into the tie. We had a red card with Bruno, and Newcastle were nervy in that Southampton leg. Compare that 2 years later now against Arsenal. I mean, you're talking 100 miles better than Southampton. Just look how much better Newcastle were. I mean, that was across 2 legs against Arsenal. Look at the control we had in those games. Look at the way we played against Arsenal. And you ask yourself a question coming out of that game. Can Newcastle beat Liverpool or Tottenham in the Carabao Cup final in 1 match? 100% yes. 100%. You've got to look at the way we controlled games there. You've got to look at the fact that Newcastle can't do it now. I will be keeping a close eye on the game tomorrow, and I'm going to be honest, I will be hoping Tottenham goes through. I can't deny it. I would much rather have Tottenham over Liverpool in a final. However, if it is Liverpool that we are playing at Wembley, bring it on. There is absolutely no reason why Newcastle can't beat Liverpool at Wembley with a performance like that today and a performance like we did in the Emirates game. I mean, control. control from minute 1 to 90 today. Newcastle had control. You're talking for basically the entire game, and Arsenal never had any answers to the questions Eddie Howe was asking of them. Never had any answers to the questions Newcastle were asking of them. Arteta and Arsenal they didn't have an idea what to do. They had no solution to any of the problems in the serve, and Newcastle were just next level today, and absolutely world class. And I can't believe how easy that was. Again, I'm repeating myself, yeah, but you just got to look at the game and honestly kind of reflect on it and just sort of poke away at the way Newcastle and Arsenal were. I could not believe the simplicity of that game. Again, we made them look so bad. Now we're going into the second half. Newcastle scored straight away. It was the identical situation to the Emirates, where Arsenal get caught out at the start of the second half. Gordon Boateng scores. I mean, that fourth goal across the two legs is criminal on Arsenal's point of view. You cannot ever give a goal like that away. I mean, right backs kept Gordon on the side, big tackle inside the box, and Newcastle score. And if the game wasn't already over, it certainly was over at that point. It was just, I mean, it was now outrageous going on Arsenal's point of view to give away. And Newcastle for the rest of the half, we didn't need to do anything. Just sat behind the ball, 10 players, let's just control the game, let's peeve the opposition off, and let's just see the game out. And that's exactly what Newcastle did. Now, I'm all dressed up to go out after the game. I can't lie, I will be celebrating in town tonight. And in terms of these videos, I want to get a bit of a match reaction out now, because I will be having a night out in town, so yes, I'll be getting people on the vlog. We'll be seeing people for you and their opinions on Newcastle, so it's going to be interesting. But yeah, basically my point being is that we're celebrating tonight, so there will be a celebration vlog on the channel tomorrow. Has to be. We're going back to Wembley, we're in a cup final. And I did make 1 hour promise as well. I also said that if Newcastle was to get past Arsenal, which we have done, we're going to do Manchester City away next week on foot. We're going to do it on foot, so 148 miles with my bare feet, so not my bare feet, sorry, I'm wearing shoes, but we are doing a Man City away on foot, so yeah, a bit of a mental one for you, but stay tuned for that next week. But I just have to say, honestly, superb from Eddie Howe, superb from the players today. That was just next level. Come on, mate, come on, get in there. It was honestly next level today. I could not believe how good that was. You look at Newcastle a couple of years ago, hello mate, right? You could never 5 years ago pitch Newcastle being where they are now. That was just ridiculously good. That's you there. I hope I'll be seeing all of you there as well. You've got to back Newcastle after that. Of course, back into a cup final, and last time, okay, you know, it was a big moment for us as fans, big moment for the players. Most of them never played in the cup final before.
Go on, the boys!
Come on, the boys, yes. Most of us never been to a cup final before. I get it, that was exciting, that was a big moment for Newcastle. This time, you've got to go there with self-belief, you've got to go there with belief, and you've got to really go there expecting to win the game. Come on there. In Newcastle's point of view and Eddie Howe's point of view, we've been there, we've lost there, we know what it's like to lose, we don't know what it's like to win, and Newcastle really need that self-belief. We've got to believe in themselves.
Hey, it must be that ball, it must be that ball, I tell you.
It must be that ball, I know. Yeah, that was a hilarious chant towards Mick Hotel. But look at the games Newcastle's won, mate. We beat Forest in the second round, Wimbledon okay, third round, so be it. Chelsea, the team that knocked us out last year, we beat them. Arsenal across two legs, you beat them, they didn't even score. So now you're going into a final where, if it was Tottenham, for example, at that stage they've knocked out City, Manchester United, Liverpool across two legs, and they'll be playing Newcastle. And of course Liverpool, we all know, as Newcastle's bogey team.
Fuck around the pussy!
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, for Newcastle, again, it was just next level, honestly next level today. Going into that final, as I said before, we need the self-belief. And Newcastle, I mean, where we are now, the money that we spend with where the football club is, let's not jinx the injuries, and let's not jinx any of our big players missing it. But of course we all know with Nick Pope missing it last year, with Carriers coming in, that was always going to be a bit of a nervy thing for Newcastle's defence. This time let's just make sure our key players don't miss the game. But 100%, if our key players are fine for the match, depending on who wins the game tomorrow down at Anfield, you've got to back Newcastle. I honestly back us after a performance like that. That was just composure. I was nervous today. I think all the supporters were nervous today. I think everyone watching that in the Newcastle point of view was nervous. But I tell you who wasn't nervous, that team and Eddie Howe. They were all calm, they were all collective, and they all knew exactly how to see Arsenal out. And that's the third time.
Come on, the boys!
That's actually the third time this season we've beaten Arsenal, and they haven't scored in any of those three matches. So it's entirely possible we could actually go back to the Emirates again and actually beat Arsenal 4 times in the same season, which is just ridiculous when you think about it. I mean, we actually have the possibility of beating Arsenal 4 times in the same season. That is a world-class team. That is still, may not say it at the minute, but that is still one of the best teams in world football here. It was seriously good for Newcastle. They were seriously good, but Yeah, got a bit of match reactions there. We're going to go hit the town now. We're going to celebrate, we're going to party, and you're going to see the videos in the morning. So take care. Newcastle going back to Wembley. Hasn't quite hit in yet, but I think it will hit in for the next hour. So I mean, phenomenal. Really, seriously, for me, best of my lifetime in terms of being able to control games like that. That was incredible.